cleanse that negative energy dick out of your life for good. This is going to be kind of hyper-specific and crazy. So, first of all, what is negative dick energy? Negative dick energy is an emotional penetration that causes you to kind of want to understand and ruminate and kind of obsess over really, how could I have acted differently or fixed this? And the reason why is you are getting two opposite forms from this trauma bond. You are getting love and hate. You are getting hope and fear. You are getting push and pull. You are getting love bombing and complete disregard for you. So because of that, that puts you in a cognitive dissonance where you're trying to reconcile a behavior that seems loving and caring with behavior that is completely inconsiderate, disrespectful, and has no regard for your time, energy, and love. So you tend to, cleansing the negative dick energy is getting that emotional energy, that sexual charge out of you, and that desire to kind of constantly ruminate about, oh, well, this, maybe if I had done this, or maybe they think this, or trying to understand what is ultimately a trauma bond, a karmic relationship. Because a trauma bond is really just that push-pull where you are pretty much in more fear states than unconditional love. Like it's bringing out the worst in you, not the best in you. A good sacred relationship brings out the very best in you. There's even a sense in a good sacred relationship of ease. There's a sense of they will take your best interests as their own. There's just a nice feeling of that there's like that the friendship as the foundation is there. There's not this underlying fear that they are not really on your side and that they are kind of, you don't have this kind of unease. And so what a karmic relationship negative dick energy teaches you is I'm now no longer going to be in this kind of two poles where I'm feeling a pain, pleasure, hope, fear, love, hate, push, pull, and it's getting you out of that into a place of more sovereignty where you'll say, hey, these are my needs and I deserve them. I don't need to be taking your breadcrumbing as though that's going to maybe someday be this beautiful loaf when it's really not. Okay, so how do you get over this? First is what I just outlined, knowing that it's not this soulmate, twin flame, love bond. In fact, the way that people talk about twin flames sets up a rationale for taking emotional abuse. So knowing that I think that's why the word karmic relationship is much better understood. You'll see, okay, this is bringing out the worst in me, the shadow of me, the fear in me. This doesn't feel safe. This is like I'm trying to communicate with someone that just doesn't see or want to hear or want to understand or empathize with me. Gotta get out of here. And so that is really the key. First step to everything is that awareness. The next step is actually, and these aren't necessarily healthy ways to get over. The next way is to find a new person to be obsessed with. Now this sounds kind of weird, but sometimes there's just a matter of transference. Now this doesn't mean it has to be a real person in your life. You can just choose somebody in a character in a show. You can start watching True Blood and just become obsessed with like Vampire Bill, or my more favorite is Vampire Eric. And you can allow that person, like get consumed and just allow yourself to be obsessed with that person. Or if you don't want to do a character, do a real life person. And just kind of replace your focus on idealizing that person. Like I'm not saying that it's wonderful. It's not like you're going to eat a salad. I know it's kind of more the fast food. You're like binging on cookies, Chips Ahoy or something. But it's a good way to just get your focus to see how easily you can just transfer those same feelings of putting someone on a pedestal on another person. And then you can ruminate in that for a while, and it just gets your focus and consumption and obsession on a new target. And it works because then you're just realizing it makes you realize how these feelings of this kind of infatuation are not even about that person. They're about you needing this fantasy in order to have some hope and optimism and excitement. So when you realize, oh, it's pretty easy to transfer these feelings, it actually minimizes this level of importance you gave to those feelings. Like, this isn't this big soulmate twin flame thing. Look, you've already gotten a new person that you're able to have this kind of pedestal fantasy idealization idea with. So kind of weird, but this is what I did. Another thing to do is turn that karmic relationship, that trauma bond, make some art about it. Like, represent it in a fictional story. Make fun of yourself, make fun of them, so that you can just kind of work through kind of the absurdity of life and the absurdity of them, the absurdity of you. Make it so that it's something that you can laugh at yourself and not be so caught in the seriousness of, oh, I was betrayed and I am a victim and I'm a martyr and all those kinds of like very human nature ways of being obsessed with, oh, I was betrayed, I will never trust them. You know, kind of that over gravitas of kind of just being so dramatic and caught in it, and kind of step outside of it and laugh at the absurdity of it, and being able to laugh at yourself in it, like laugh at yourself for being duped and for being kind of crazy in terms of being crazy and thinking that this was love when it wasn't, and then laugh at them and their behaviors and just like get kind of lighten that up, add some levity to it. Another thing that you can do is just trying to get past this preoccupation with wanting to understand or wanting them to understand. And what the best way to do that is to just completely not watch any of their social media or what they're doing. Like, it's not just about going no contact in terms of talking to them directly, but also not engaging with anything they're posting or anything they're thinking or feeling. Because when you engage with that, you're still in it. You're not apathetic. Your hate is just another side of the coin of love. Hate and love and infatuation and all of that obsession, that's all in the same category of high emotion and consumption that's really draining you, taking away from you, evolving past it, learning the lesson, and then growing and evolving and getting back to you. So you gotta go no contact. You gotta just like, and the longer, as it goes on, you're just so free. You think, wow, I can't believe I was consumed with this really awful negative energy dick, because it's like so freeing and light to be away from that heavy, constant doubting yourself, constant feeling fear and lack of trust and safety. Like, who needs it? And it's good to have the contrast where you're getting away from it and you're getting out of that need to understand or need to explain yourself or need for them to understand. No one's going to understand. They're in resistance to reality. They're not going to want to understand, so you got to get past that. The other thing that really helps is the contrast of somebody who is a safe relationship, whether that's a friendship, family, or another romantic prospect. That person, like, you'll see, oh, it's interesting, like, I feel this sense of ease with this person, and I feel this trust, and why wouldn't I want that exact trust I have in this friendship, or this mentorship, or this family dynamic? Why wouldn't I just want that in a relationship? Why would I settle for anything less when I know what it's like to have that safety, trust, and comfort, and really higher self-attraction where it's bringing out the best in you? If I have people in my life that bring out the best in me, why am I settling for someone that's bringing out the worst and thinking that and trying to, make that work, thinking that's going to be some kind of it's almost like a strange kind of wanting to right that wrong and sticking with it out of stubbornness to try to fit that key and overcome that. Well, no, there are relationships in your life that prove to you that bring out the best in you that you would want to replicate in your romantic relationship. So this is how to get that negative energy dick out of your life. Another thing you can do physically for negative energy dick is actually get a vagina steaming at a Korean spa. Now, a vagina steaming is you sit on a boiling pot of herbs, wormwood, sandalwood, and there's a perforated sheet. So it's not just the direct water boils coming up hitting you. No, no, no. So the perforated thing is there on there. You're sitting on it, and you're letting this herb, kind of a sauna experience from the inside out, come into you and just clear out the bacteria, also the energy. It just is it's a nice specific revamp for that space. Like we often go into spas and we have it all on the exterior. Well, this is going in the interior and out. And it's great for fertility, it's great for premenstrual symptoms, it's great for yeast infections, it's great for urinary tract infections, it's great for emotional hang-ups that are held in the hips and in the psoas and all of that. It's just a great form to clear that negative energy, that negative dick energy out. And so, hope this was helpful.